was that? That was you? Okay.
She's in the hallway.
I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Harvey did it. All y'all think he's innocent?
Okay, everybody.
All y'all out here think he's innocent?
All right, here he comes.
Alan, here we go.
Can you move your elbow in? Your elbow? Hit your elbow, yeah.
Hi guys. If you want to get technical about it, it is. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Harvey, did you do it, Harvey? Did you do it, Harvey? Tell the world that you did it, Harvey. You did it here in New York and in LA, Harvey. Tell the truth. You're either going to die in jail or you're going to get convicted.
Why are you so confident?
Did you do it, Harvey? Mr. Weinstein. Did you do it? Tell the truth. Did you do it? We want to know. With that pointing ass goddamn walk. All right, thank you.
Gloria's coming out.
Is there drink? Where?
You can. Have a good weekend.
No, Gloria. Gloria. Oh. I was like, real?
Who they recording?
Yeah.
He went on and on and on and on. How he spring in and wouldn't stop. Did you know?
Huh? The wall of mics.
Steady. Cutaway, cutaway. Remember how we used to do all those cutaways? Hey! Hey, what are you doing to her? Look at you.
We're here.
Hey, when you hit me,
What's up, Ronnie? Can I get a bite? Thank you. Oh, please do.
Is this working? Oh.
You're not interested in me?
The jury indicated to the court that of the 5 charges, as to number 1, that involves my client Mimi Haley and the sexual predatory conduct charge for which my client Annabella Shora testified. So they are hung on that. As to the second charge, which involves my client Mimi, and the charge of criminal sexual assault, they have a unanimous jury verdict on that. Now, unanimous, we don't know whether that means unanimous for conviction or unanimous for acquittal, but they're unanimous on that. So they do have a verdict on that. As to charge 3, that's predatory sexual conduct, and Jessica, who is the other victim in this case for whom charges have been filed, they are also hung on that. Count 4 and 5 involve Jessica. Count 4 is charge of rape 1. Count 5 is a charge of rape 3. And that's, both of them involve Jessica. They have a unanimous verdict on both of those. So they are hung on count 1 and 3. The judge gave what is called in the legal profession the Allen charge. And while I don't like to paraphrase jury instructions, I will just say, generally I call it, jurors, please go back and try again. And the court did indicate to the jurors, it's very common for juries to be hung on certain charges and to feel that they will never, ever be able to reach a unanimous verdict. But they should try again, and that most juries, not all, but most, when they do try again to reach a unanimous verdict, whether that's conviction or acquittal, most of them are able to reach a unanimous verdict. So a similar charge was given in the People versus Bill Cosby case in the first criminal trial, where the jury felt they were deadlocked. And again, they were asked to go and try again. In some jurisdictions, it's called the dynamite charge, which is the same thing, go back and try again. So they tried again for about 20 minutes, but then they were instructed yesterday that court would end its court day today at 3 o'clock, and so the court was wanting to let the jury know that that in fact was going to happen today, even though this is the status of their deliberations. So they went back, tried again for 20 minutes. We did not hear from them again, but the court requested that they re-enter the courtroom, sit in the jury box, and then he reminded them that they would be able to go home at 3 o'clock, and he thanked them for their hard work, gave them the usual instruction as to not to talk to anyone about their deliberations or the case over the weekend, and they are to return on Monday at 9:30, at which time they will resume their deliberations, and we'll see whether or not they're able to reach a verdict. So that's it. It is a long journey to justice. It's long for everyone involved and those who care about the result. But we'll see whether they're able to reach a verdict on Monday. And that's really all I can say at this time, because anything regarding tea leaves, which way are they leaning, if they're hung, we have no idea. We have no idea what the breakdown is of which jurors are for conviction, which ones are for acquittal, whether any of them might change their mind and be persuaded by other jurors in the courtroom. It's just a complete mystery, and of course we shouldn't know, because their deliberations have not concluded, so they're not free to talk, and really speculation is not helpful, maybe right, maybe wrong, but I don't believe I should engage in speculation about what they may be thinking or which way they may be leaning. I don't think it's productive. So that's it. Anybody have any questions? Please don't give me the what if this and what if that. We'll have to wait and see. It was pretty tense in the courtroom. 'Cause I think no one knew whether in the next 20 minutes that they might, in fact, suddenly be able to not be hung and have a unanimous verdict. But I thought it was probably unlikely, because if they're hung, they probably need a lot more time to discuss it with each other. So they'll go home, they'll have some rest, and hopefully on Monday they'll come in fresh and be able to think about the case again and which way they should vote. Okay, so have a wonderful weekend. See you soon. Well, if they're hung on two and not on the others, then they have a partial verdict. Yeah. They're the jury, and we'll see what they do.
The judge can accept both.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, for the defense, for the prosecution, we'll see what they agree to. But for now, it's clear that they got their Allen charge, they went back and deliberated, and we'll see. I'm sure they're doing their very best in there. It's tough. Thank you. Okay.
go home.
Yep. You say that back.
Yeah.